Hello and welcome to Sport Rush on Oweleketv on this very beautiful day. I am MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10 today. And of course, I am not alone on this show today because today's sport is a different one altogether. I've got a guest in the studio and my guest, of course, is with Jesse number 11. I have Dality Polomi on the show today. It's good to have you, Dality.
It's good to have you too, Mr. Ramsey.
We are going to be doing sports today, and you know how sport is. Sport comes with a lot of energy, a lot of expectation, a lot of excitement, a lot of intrigues, and that's exactly what we are pushing to the fans today. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the main show. Nigeria eyes their first win against Rwanda in the ongoing World Cup qualifiers. Of course, let me ask you this question. How would it really feel? How would it look like if Manchester United is not part of the Champions League if they face a ban? Let me take you through some of the stories that we have. And of course, I will start from the home front. Nigeria, of course, Nigeria is at home. Even though the Super Eagles have not been so superb, just like their name implies. But then, what would we say? Let's see how it's going to happen as Nigeria will hope to reignite another campaign again at the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers with a win against Rwanda on Friday, which is today. It's going to be happening today. That's coming after losing their first game against Kenya on Thursday. And Nigeria will begin another quest again for a place at the 2024 World Cup in the USA and West Indies with a teeth-gnashing 4-wicket loss against Kenya at the United Cricket Club ground that is going to be happening in Windhoek, Namibia. Let's look at how that game is really going to go. But then I need to know what is going to happen from there. And I've got a guest in the studio, like I said, he's going to be throwing a little light on it. Let's see if the Super Eagles will redeem again the confidence of the Nigerian people after drawing, of course, with Lesotho and also drawing with Zimbabwe. What do you think is going to happen? And Mr. Darlington, let me move to you. What do you think about the Super Eagles? Generally, what do you think about the Super Eagles?
Thank you for inviting me to this show. It's really nice, actually. The Super Eagles, they have a very, very big problem. All right. It will take a lot to actually understand what's really going on in the Super Eagles. All right. You need to be there to see what's going on. And we that are looking from afar, we are seeing stuff that we can actually remedy. But it's not just working for us. We have, if you look at the Europe top 5 leagues in the world right now, we have like 6 number 9s that are elites that can do well in any nation. Speaking of Osimhen, Awoni, Victor Boniface, Gift Orban, Terry Murphy, Akko Adams, these guys are doing well in Europe. But when they come to Nigeria, they're not doing well. Then we talk about the goalkeeping situation. We don't have good goalkeepers. I think there's a guy in Freiburg, a goalkeeper, and a Germany under-21 goalkeeper who is of Nigerian origin. We can actually call those kind of persons back to play for us, actually. But if the foundation is not good, I don't think those people will want to come and play in this country. Do you get? So Nigeria, as the Super Eagles as a team, has a very balanced team. If only they have a good coach, a good management structure, and I think if they can organize themselves very well, I think they will be world beaters. I'm telling you for a fact.
Okay, let me ask you this question once again. You know, after the game, the blame, they were trying to shift the blame to Pesero, the coach of the Super Eagles. Yeah. Most times, if we have situations like this, a lot of people seems to look at the coach. Who do you think has the fault for the performances of the Super Eagles so far? Is it the players, or we want to push it to the coach?
I, for one, I'll put it to three body.
Okay.
The coach, the players, and NFF.
The coach, the players, and the NFF has the blame to take if the Super Eagles loses any match? That is coming from my guest in the studio right here. He is wearing jersey number 10, number 11. Remember, I am putting on jersey number 10. You may not be able to see my jersey right now, but that's what I'm really putting on. Let's move away from Nigeria and talk about other things right now. Let's go to Manchester United. How would it look like if Manchester United is being banned from next season's Champions League due to their issue? I'm talking about the slim chance that they have as Jim Ratcliffe is going to be taking over the club partially. The billionaire is set to take a 25% portion of the club. Ratcliffe, 1.3 billion euro deal threw up some issues. Some issues actually came up because of the ownership that will be coming from the French side, Nice. He is the owner of Nice, as a matter of fact, and they are also challenging Paris Saint-Germain for their Ligue 1 title. If you remember, I'm talking about Nice now and Paris Saint-Germain. But then Ratcliffe coming to take over Manchester United is going to pose a lot of problem. And as a matter of fact, let's look at this issue now. Nice, as a matter of fact, they have a very strong chance of being involved in Europe's top club competition. And as a matter of fact, despite their start to the season, United will hope to be in the mix with the Premier League, likely to be granted 5 spots for the new look of the 36-team tournament. And of course, looking at that, the two of them cannot really go as it is right now. How would it really look like? That's the question I am asking right now, and I'm throwing this question to the Manchester United fans. How would it look like if you don't make it to the Champions League? But then, before you respond to this question, I will throw it to my guest in the studio. In case you don't know how to respond, go to the comment section and drop your comment. We will react to it on the next show. So now, I'm throwing it to Darlington in the studio with jersey number 11. Let's see how you will push it. How would it feel if the Manchester United fans don't see Manchester United in the Champions League? Probably because Nice is there, and you talk about Manchester United, and Ratcliffe coming to get the ownership of Manchester United. You know how that will play out. So what do you think would be the situation?
Okay, Jim Ratcliffe, we all know he's an Englishman. All right. If you follow the situation concerning the Manchester United takeover, they had a bid from Qatari owners worth $7 billion that could have actually sold the team to the Qataris. But I think the English connection there actually brought Jim Ratcliffe into the conundrum, actually. So I think it's just an English team for me. English people, they have the way of doing stuff. Trust me, I have my own criticism when it comes to English people and the way they do businesses. All right, they could do this thing, and Manchester United could. The situation with Manchester United, actually, I'm sorry for diving out to the question that you asked me. The situation with Manchester United, they are more like the Super Eagles. Bad management. The pundits, the English pundits, overhyped English players like Marcus Rashford being overhyped. If they don't make it if they miss out on the Champions League, I will not be surprised. It's something that they had coming for them. Do you get?
He said he will not be surprised if Manchester United miss it out of the Champions League. But then, you who is a Manchester United fan, how would you feel? How would it look like if you guys don't make it to the Champions League? You know, when champions meet, that is when we will know who is the champion of the champions. Moving away from there, let's look at the next story right here, talking about Manchester City and Liverpool issues. This issue has been on ground, and as a matter of fact, a warning is coming to fans before the latest clash in the toxic rivalry. As a matter of fact, Manchester City and Liverpool have written to their supporters for the second time again in less than just a year, urging them to behave on Saturday during the clash at the Etihad Stadium. We will be looking at some of the fixtures in this weekend that will be coming up this weekend, and of course these two clubs have been desperate to end their toxic atmosphere, but then that has marred recent meeting between the sides, and they have again opted to reach out to fans in a bid to avert the threat of more trouble. We don't want more troubles anymore. Last month it was announced that the kickoff had been brought forward to 12:30 p.m. because of the local safety advocacy group, which include the police. They have realized that the permission for it to start at 5:30 p.m. that will be a better time for them. But then they have been frustrated. Who is being frustrated right here? I'm talking about a Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, who has hit out at such a high-profile game being played in such a time, Saturday lunchtime slot following international break, when a host of players returning from South America are likely to be involved. Nonetheless, the authorities have the early kickoff while they minimize the risk of trouble, and City and Liverpool have both warned their fans that they must not misbehave. If anybody misbehaves, that person is going to be punished. This is coming from the club. You are supporting the club, and the club said, hey, we don't want kata, we don't want trouble, just stay calm. What is the problem with the fans? As a matter of fact, City understood that they have highlighted the problem of tragedy chanting. That is the problem of Manchester City. Then Liverpool have the reference issue of missile throwing. Why would fans come into the field with this kind of chanting? We were made to understand that fans actually come to cheer up the players. But in the case of Man City and Liverpool, it's a different ball game altogether. Imagine throwing of missile and imagine this kind of chat. It won't go well with the game, and this warning has come. Why do we have this rivalry between these two teams? And this thing is coming from the fans. Why do we have that?
This is a very interesting topic, actually. This goes way beyond the fans, actually. This is a rivalry between one of the best football minds in the game. Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, they're rivals, all right? So managing two of the best teams in the English top flight, Liverpool and Manchester City, actually will ignite this rivalry even more. The fans are saying Jurgen Klopp gegenpressing as the best tactics. Guardiola holding of the ball and his way of organizing his team as the best game. You see, the City fans are enjoying Guardiola, and the Liverpool fans are enjoying Jurgen Klopp. So you're expecting this to happen. This rivalry is expected to happen. So, and you know football now, it's excitement, all right? It excites us. So as much as it excites some people don't just like the banter in football. They like the idea that what's make the game sweet is the banter, of course. So that's what we are seeing. That's why the missiles are going and the mind games too, that comes in. So when a Manchester City fan tells a Liverpool fan, we just won the treble. Oh, you won the treble. Oh, you think you're good now? Huh? We're going to beat you guys today. That's the rivalry. That's the rivalry. So you expect something like this. Two of the best footballing minds coming together. That game is going to be a spectacle. Watch out for that game. All right, just watch out for that game. That game is really going to be a spectacle, according to the guest in the studio here with Jesse number 11. Let's move up a little bit and bring you this story. Liverpool's new upper tie to partially open for Manchester United game. As a matter of fact, Liverpool have announced plans to partially open the upper tier of the new Anfield Road Stadium. As a matter of fact, United visit on the 17th of December. It's going to be another wonderful one again, and the 80 million euro project has been best, but then it is besetting some problem, and the up tier had not been expected to open until 2024 after the game contractor Buckingham Group went into administration. Approximately half of the up tier is expected to open on 17th of December, subject to Liverpool's acquiring a safety license. A public tent even requiring 3,000 people will take place the week before, and its success
process will determine whether Liverpool of course, will actually do it. As a matter of fact, the new stand will not be fully operational until next year, and safety licenses permitting the upper tier will remain partially open for the West Ham visit in the Carabao Cup on the 20th of December, plus the Premier League home game against Arsenal and Newcastle United. That's another game to watch out for. Talking about Arsenal and Newcastle United, I know the fans are now smiling wherever they are, but then that game is another game to watch out for. But the up-tier ticket for these games will be general admission, although Liverpool intend to prioritize supporters who had tickets cancelled earlier in the season. Then let's talk about Angel Di Maria to quit international football with Argentina after 2024 Copa America. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Angel Di Maria, you want to talk about that? I know you really want to talk about that. Argentina is about missing someone. Argentina actually, they are the World Cup winner, and Angel Di Maria has announced he will be, of course, retiring from national team after the 2024 Copa America tournament. Copa America tournament is one tournament that is so superb that a lot of people watch out for, especially because of the fans that they have in the various clubs who are from that axis that participate in this. But on a general grand, what would you think about his retirement?
I'll start by saying I was blessed with the opportunity to kickstart Angel Di Maria's career with him, from World Youth Championship in 2005, where Mikel, Taiwo, Shinedu Ogbuke, Obasi, and the rest of them, Sani Keita, they all played in that competition, that World Youth Championship. Nigeria went to the final with Argentina, where Di Maria actually scored. Where Messi scored 2 goals, then Ogbuke scored 1 goal. That match ended in 2-1 victory to Argentina. I kickstarted there. I actually watched that tournament from the beginning to the ending. Do you get me? That was when Messi burst into the scene. The likes of Aguero burst into the scene. That's where Di Maria burst into the scene. The likes of Zabaleta and all that. And you find out most of these Argentines are still playing.
They're still playing.
Do you get? So Messi is still playing. Aguero had issues with his...
That's why
it was
understood. Yeah.
It's understandable. Messi is still playing. Otamendi, some of these players are still
Otamendi.
Do you get? So, Mikel retiring, I don't know. I just don't know. I think he fell out of love for football, or because he's still actually good. I watched a game where he played between Chelsea Old Boys and one other team Old Boys. He played, and he was one of the best players in the pitch that day. He didn't even look like somebody that is like is retired. He looked like somebody that is still in the game. So as for Di Maria retiring, he's by far, mark my words, by far one of the most underrated players in the world. You know, people do not know that he played with Cristiano Ronaldo. People do not know that he played with the likes of Carlos Tevez. He played with Lionel Messi, and all these people, they are shown in. But in the big stages in all those tournaments, he actually shown in this tournament. He has scored in how many finals now that we could count? Close to 4 finals, 4 world stage finals, under 17 Olympics, Champions Leagues, and now in the World Cup final that they won just now, he scored again to show how important he is to football. He's one of the most underrated wingers in football. For me, he's my top 3 best wingers.
Wow.
Do you know how many trophies this guy has won? Over 37 trophies.
Wow.
And he's retiring, and nobody's even talking anything because he's not the Messi of this world. He's not the Cristiano Ronaldo of this world. He has one of the most assists in football history. If you call top 6 most assists in football history, you call Di Maria. People don't see these things. And he lives a modest life. He left Paris Saint-Germain just now. He went back to his boyhood club where he came from, Benfica. Now he's playing in Benfica. Now he's retiring from the international team. What a big miss for football. A very silky player, one of the best dribblers of all time. Trust me.
One of the best dribblers of all time is who we have right there. Do you know who we're talking about? We're talking about Angel Di Maria. Well, he's another man that is going to be missed, and of course, he's really going to be missed. His fans are really going to miss him. Not just his fans. Everyone who loves football will also miss him. All right, let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll bring you the fixtures that will be going down over this weekend. Hey. who is going to lose, who is going to win. Yeah, we will bring you all of that when we return. Don't go nowhere because Sports Rush is returning with another banger. We will be right back.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
It's good to have you back. It's still Sport Rush on Oweleketv. I am MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10. Of course, I'm not alone on Sport Rush today. I also have Darlington right here with Jesse number 11, and he's been doing very fantastic. If you were on the pitch, you will know that he's doing very well. VAR has not come in yet, meaning we are doing very well. Let's go quickly and bring you the fixtures for the weekend. This weekend is going to be so thrilling. This weekend is going to be so entertaining. Some people will laugh. Some people will cry. Some people will lose. Some people will win. And that is what the game is all about. Let's quickly go to the Premier League, of course. The Premier League happening on Saturday. How is it really going to be on Saturday? We have Burnley taking on West Ham United, and that game is going to be 3 p.m. Then we also have Luton taking on Crystal Palace. That game is same time at 3 p.m. Of course, Newcastle will be taking on Chelsea. That's another game to watch out for. Somebody said Chelsea and Newcastle. Well, that game is a nut to crack. Who is the nut to be cracked in this game? Let me come to you. Who is the nut to be cracked in the game between Chelsea and Newcastle? Are you really looking forward to that game?
That game, funny enough, Liverpool and Manchester City game is the big match for everybody, right?
And unfortunately, it's the same time.
Good. But I'm going to watch Chelsea versus Newcastle.
Why?
Not because of sentiments, because that game, actually, the Premier League has been ruled by Big Six.
Wow, okay.
For the past 7 to 8 years.
Okay.
All right. So Newcastle just came into the mix. They want to make themselves a big club. So, like, I will not say they want to because they're actually doing it. They finished how many fourth last season, right? So now they are in that mix. So, and Chelsea, as we all know, is a big club in England. Do you get me? So this smash is one of the biggest mashup as a football fanatic. If you want to understand football, this is like Newcastle and Chelsea. It's going to be fire.
That is the size of Sport Rush today. It's been a very wonderful time. This weekend is another weekend to watch out for. On Monday, I'll be returning to the scene again. Well, I'm going to the dressing room right now to remove my jersey number 10. And of course, my guest will also go to the dressing room with me to remove his jersey number 11. But then, don't be surprised that a lot will happen from the actions coming over the weekend, beginning from tomorrow until Monday. You can follow us on all our social media platform. Our handle is Oweleketv. Then our website is www.oweleket.tv. Join us every Monday and Friday for Sport Rush. You can't afford to miss it. Have a beautiful day and have a scintillating weekend. I am MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10. Bye-bye for now.